All right, we're in the upper floor. We're gonna go check out some panels. We're gonna go to the Bad Idea panel. Apparently they have some exclusives that they're gonna give everyone in attendance. So let's go get it.
I think it had some effect. I mean, I did mailers.
This is the line for the Bad Idea panel. They're here for this.
And what are you guys talking about today?
Space War, Cul-de-sac, Grease, all the upcoming books, Megalith.
Peter, you excited?
Hero Trade. I am excited.
All right, welcome to the Bad Idea panel. My name is Benny. This is Sal. We saw checks and got told where to go. We don't know why we're here. So we're going to guide you through another terrible idea of Dinesh's.
It's not just mine. It's the whole company.
Yeah, but no one showed up.
This all
I'm starting to think that you're co-people. Peter doesn't count.
Peter's here. This is Peter Stern.
Your co-panelists didn't even show up. I'm starting to think the whole company's you.
At least one of them will. Between Bobby and Adam, I've got faith.
They have an hour to show up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, welcome to the show. So before we get started, let's introduce you to our panelists, Dinesh Shamdasani and Peter. He literally said it like 2 seconds ago. I have an issue with the names.
It's also Peter, so we didn't need to learn his name.
Peter's just so mild-mannered. He's just like, yeah, it's cool. I don't have a last name. Don't worry about me.
It's Stern. I'd like to apologize for our moderators.
I'm Simon.
Paying us.
Sorry, Pete.
It's okay.
That's wrong. We don't pay them. We asked them not to come.
All right, so the big question is, what is Bad Idea, other than hiring us to do this panel? I can hit the button. That's the
Run. So,
This is where you normally, you do
oh,
your thing.
you do my thing?
Yeah.
All right.
It's Bad Idea.
Well, hands up, legit question. Hands up anyone who's never read a Bad Idea comic before. All right, we've got a couple people here. That's great.
That's a minority. That's impressive.
That's amazing. Those are the people we're talking to. Everyone else, unfortunately,
You're good.
you're going to have to wait until the end of the panel to get your book. This is part of the Kickstarter for Tankers. Tankers is a book that we published in 2020. It is about dinosaurs and giant mechs that travel back in time to kill the dinosaurs to make more oil. We love the book. Got a big reception, so we decided to do a little bit of extra for the big hardcover that we're doing for the Kickstarter. We got carried away and we've essentially done an entire sequel. We've got a bunch of great artists we'll talk about. This is Maddox Cabrera. Anyone that's a fan of Maddox? Any Maddox fans here? Awesome. He's gonna be a big deal. We're very excited about him. He did a little story for us, and this is a preview of that story, which we're gonna give to you today. What I missed, Peter. This is the entire panel.
It's gonna get worse before it gets better.
Peter.
Peter.
Tell them about ENIAC.
Now's my time to shine. ENIAC is about
ENIAC.
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 At the height. I can't see the slide. Electronic numerical integrator and computer. That is ENIAC. At the height of World War II, the United States created the two greatest achievements of the war: the nuclear weapon and the world's first computer, that is ENIAC. What few people don't know is that, most people don't know is that the first bomb was dropped by.
Peter, you jumping around here. It's a comic book. First of all, tell them it's a comic book. We published it. It's 4 issues. Written by Matt King, drawn by Doug Braithwaite. It's awesome. It's a story that takes place in the present day, and we used a real-life idea that the U.S. developed the world's first computer during World War II to try and win the war. Except in our story, that computer's gained sentience and it's trying to kill us. It's dropped a 3-day time. What do you call it? What do you call that? Time. Countdown. Thanks, guys. Where were all you? 3-day countdown, and they're afraid it's going to drop all the nukes on humanity, so they got to kill the computer. That's the story.
Pirate Queen is about a young woman raised on the deck of a pirate ship.
Pirate Queen's a comic book.
I wasn't told that. So she was raised on the...
Ian Milligan wrote it. Adam Polino did the art. These are the basics. Go on.
she was raised on the deck of a pirate ship, and her lover is the captain of the ship, and they are taken by the British Navy, the crew taken captive and hanged, and when it comes to her, the Navy discovers that she is pregnant, and little known, it is against the maritime law to hang a pregnant woman. And so she is given a stay of execution.
At 0 point, I just want to make sure everyone knows, at 0 point in the story do we say or show that she was raised on the deck of a pirate ship. That is completely fabricated by Peter in this panel right now. It's nevertheless an awesome story, and she is a pirate. But where she grows up, yet to be determined.
I was gonna bring that up. Like, I think Peter's making up stuff with this story.
I think that's our banter now. Peter's going to tell you what it's about, and then afterwards I'll tell you which parts are true and which parts just make it up. What's next? I can't wait. What's next?
We just really hope you don't enjoy Peter's version better.
That's not wrong.
What events led me to this?
You sent us checks.
I mean, in my life. The end. Oh, this is going to be great. All right, Peter. It's a 5 book.
Written and drawn by, written by both David and Maria Lapham, drawn by the fantastic David Lapham. It is about.
He turned right to you. He doesn't even know this one.
Have you read this one? Has anyone read ENIAC? It's the story of a neo-Nazi family called the Ends. That's the last name, Jack Ends, and whatever the other one's called. What are the other ones called?
Jennifer Ends.
Jennifer Ends, thank you. And the setting is a seaside town where World War II vets retire, and the neo-Nazis decide to congregate in that town, and the World War II vets are not going to have it. And so we get World War II vets versus neo-Nazis, plus cool flashbacks, plus a Romeo and Juliet story with star-crossed lovers. It's awesome. It's a big book for us. I highly recommend it.
It's like,
Org Island, also a comic book. Written by Joshua Dysart, drawn by Alberto Ponticelli. It is about a young man, Saren Sion, who...
Is that a man?
nope, that's like a whole plot point.
Just, I want to know. No man.
I don't know if Peter reads the book.
A young non-man.
Okay, what is he? What is he?
He is a half-elf.
That's right.
He lives on the streets. He's a poor young man, and he is approached by a woman to join an adventure expedition to Org Island to retrieve orc skulls and trade them for a bounty.
As one does.
As one does. And they, on this expedition to Org Island, they will find themselves going deeper and deeper into the island and encountering there a treasure and mystery that they did not expect, and greater than any they ever could have expected to find.
That was good. That was a good ending. I thought that was good.
There's not much of a mystery to it, so.
There is a mystery. It's not one of
Not really, though.
They meet God. What are you talking about?
What? Yeah, no, but there's no
Have you
mystery
read
to
it?
that. Spoilers.
This is the Eisner award-winning duo that did Unknown Soldier at Vertigo. It's an awesome book. Highly recommend
And not just because you have a vested interest in
it.
it.
That's it. The Finder.
This is also a comic book. Written by Christos Gage, drawn by Tomas Giarello. It is a superhero story. It is a kind of a dark, horror, haunted house kind of superhero story. It is about a hero with the ability to find people, and she is looking for a lost hero, and when she finds him, she finds a something more...
You can't do the same ending again. You can't go greater than she expected. You can't. You gotta get a different ending.
Worse than she expected.
I mean, everything you just said is pretty much on the cover, Peter, so.
The Finder.
It's a skull.
We don't do a lot of superhero books. We tend to jump into other genres: action, horror, science fiction, fantasy. But we have done a couple. We have a very high bar. A lot of us worked at Valiant from 2012 to about 2018 when they started to not be so good. So we have a high bar for superhero comics. This is one. The other one is a book called Hero Trade, which is not here. These are the pages in the Finder. But it's about a superhero who's captured by a regular human being, is hidden in his trunk, and chopped up and sold. Little pieces are chopped up and sold. And the idea is that if you like grind up the legs and you snort them, you can run real fast. Or if you eat the eyeballs, you get X-ray vision, stuff like that. That one's cool. It's called the Hero Trade.
Did you just pitch another book?
Yeah, I threw one in. I'm allowed to.
I've seen the art for that book. It's really cool looking.
What's next?
Oh no, spoilers!
Oh, okay. The spoiler warning part. Okay, so we're gonna go quick, guys. Here is where we show you a bunch of stuff that we got coming up, that we're working on. This is a very large list since we haven't been publishing in about a year. Market is not great, in case anyone doesn't work in publishing. Comic market post-pandemic has not been great, so we've been waiting it out. It's starting to come back, so hopefully later this year we'll have a whole new set of comic books, and this is what you might see. We got Habitat. This is Josh Dark's team with David Lapham's awesome horror book. Gotta go fast bending. We don't want to take pictures. No one take pictures. Banana number one. This is the dumbest thing we've ever done. It's about a banana, a human-sized banana that is a civil rights leader, and his best friend, who is banana number 2, a human in a giant banana suit with no tooth head in his head. What we got next? Cul-de-sac. Jonathan Wishak is at this show. This is a horror comic book. Here are the colors. He's a fine artist working in comics. Check out the amazing work he's doing here. There's nothing in comics like this. The Louvre. We can keep going off this. I won't tell you about that one. Evil Family. We got these 2 clowns. Canary Potter is their pen name. One of them's right here.
For the record, Canary Potter is much funnier when you're drunk and you decide on a pen name.
Kind of drew this one. We're excited about it. Save Now. This is a huge book for us. Matt Kinn wrote this one. Thomas Giorello drew it. It's about a man who can save his point in life any place, like saving a game and come back to it. He's got a superhero team. This one is maybe my favorite book that we're working on. Yet Another Ends. Tom Fowler doing his best Daniel Warren Johnson. Josh Dysart doing the End of the World tale. Last 7 days, we did a story called First 7 Days for anyone that's read that, where puppets come to life, they become sentient, they try to turn everything into puppets. This is a sequel to that. It's called The Last 7 Days, The Last 7 Days of Humanity. Submarine, Rob Venditti doing a kind of Fury Road, Top Gun Maverick, action extravaganza, underwater, Doug Braithwaite, the great Doug Braithwaite drawing it. They're all terrible. We put the first 2 issues out. Ramon Villalobos, Matt Kinn wrote this. Ramon is doing incredible work. He's doing a lot of stippling here. It takes him forever. So the last 2 issues are now done, and they'll be coming out soon. Megalith, perhaps the most beautiful book that will ever exist. Louis LaRosa has been killing himself to get. These are interior pages to the book. More Hero Trade coming. That's the one I told you about, where you eat the eyeballs and snort the legs. We've got Cat and Dog.
Okay.
Cat and Dog. This is a psychosexual, adult-themed story about a cat and a dog. Which is a huge genre, clearly.
I had to move on that one.
Rob Venditti, Raoul Allen. Raoul Allen is back. He's working with us again. This is the guy that did Secret Weapons. Let's go. I'm not going to tell about that. Let's go. Space War is the big new thing that we're pushing right now. Look at the work Thomas Giorello is doing. This is essentially a World War II Normandy landing story on an ice planet. All right, so a battalion of soldiers is dropped in an alien world to kill aliens. Everything goes wrong, the battalion is killed, and it is just a non-stop action extravaganza. We have a trailer for you that we're going to play for you right now. Space War was just a thing we called internally, and it's stuck. Just kind of a problem when you come up with internal designations for projects. But think about calling it Destroy the Weapon, Return Home. Is that a good idea? I'm serious.
Yeah. All right. Hands up for Space War.
All right. That's and hands up for Destroy the Weapon, Return Home. Oh, it's kind of evenly split.
Well, we could do an Edge of Tomorrow where you call it Space War, and if it doesn't work out, you change the title to Destroy the
That's what I'm trying to do right now.
That's the secret publishing plan.
Or just put that on
Poland, it's
like
an action movie up in space. Just keep adding to it.
Yeah, just give it all the way.
Space War.
Yeah. Space War Poland.
Or just Space War colon and then don't add anything else.
Yeah. Space War, or just what about just question mark? Just question mark.
Space
invisible,
War,
that's the
question
answer.
mark. We don't know what to name this.
Untitled.
Untitled Space War.
All right, Tankers. Tankers is our upcoming Kickstarter we told you about. Dinosaurs versus mechs. Things have gone much where we left the characters. Spoilers for anyone that hasn't read it, but you'll get the entire story when you get this hardcover. For anyone that's read it, where we left them is 65 million years in the past. If you can go back one slide, there, and they've encountered something else, something even dumber than giant mechanized humans fighting dinosaurs. They've encountered ancient aliens. Here is the original book by one Jose Rip. These are some of the pages that we brought in. So we've got an entire new series of new stories we're adding to this with a huge cadre of artists. This is Thomas Girello doing his Space War style. Destroy the weapon, turn home. Maybe that's the reason not to call it that. More Thomas Girello. Give you a sense. Louis Labrosa, the artist of Megalith. Also, we couldn't keep him away from dinosaurs. He loves dinosaurs. And then okay, so I'm going to do this now. All right, so this is this little thing here. So this is our professor character. He's 65 million years in the past. I'm going to walk you guys through this a little bit. All right, he's a strange little guy walking around. You know, he's lonely. No one really talks to him. Sees this flower, something that's not in the recorded history. Picks it up. Oh my God, he's so happy. Runs home, past the tankers. He's got a friend in his office. It's so exciting for him. You know, he pokes it, looks at it, he waters it, hangs out with it, reads with it, plays music to it. It's growing. You can see it's growing here. Sleeps next to it, eats around it. Oh no, what's happened? That's not good. You're gonna have to back tank it to find out what happened. That's how we get it.
Dinesh and Peter and Adam.
Adam Freeman, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, by the way, oh, he's right. Boo, boo, boo. He made it, Bobby didn't even make it.
Yeah, grab us.
You know, there's a saying, fashionably late, and then there's just late.
Turns out, there's traffic in Chicago. Who knew that was a thing? Not me. I don't know.
My friend Neil, I'm a proxy for my friend Neil.
Hi,
Neil.
Hi, Neil.
Since they teased Valiant in 2024 last year, if they have anything to do with the apparent uptick in that publisher's output, or if that's just a coincidence.
You talking about Alien books? There's a question. The question is, we teased something called Valiant 2024 last year. We did with good reason, and now Valiant has partnered with or licensed their IP to their characters to something called Alien Books, and there's an uptick in the amount of books that are coming. We are friends with the Alien guys, and we do what we can to help them generate ideas and make recommendations and build relationships. But no, that is all their own work, and we're very happy for them and hope it succeeds. What we meant by Valley 2024 is something completely different.
Actually, can I add to that? Yes, and
Just say that I've read a lot online about what people think Valiant 2024 is, and a lot of really great guesses. All of them have been wrong. Every single one of them. It's really been remarkable. It's rare to see that many shoots and misses.
Here you go, Neil.
Thanks, Neil. Thanks, Neil.
how do creators get involved with that idea?
How do creators get involved with bad ideas?
I'll tell you how to do that. You just buy him a lot of drinks until he's really drunk, and then he agrees to whatever you want him to do.
But he will name you after a bird.
And it does take a lot of drinks
Yeah.
to get him drunk.
Yeah, multiple nights getting him
days,
drunk.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a process.
It's honestly not worth the effort.
That's all wrong.
Peter's getting a raise. How do they do it, Peter?
You know, you
So wait, hold on. So which answer's correct then?
Any way that you would think is a way that people can get in touch with us and become creators. We read everything that comes out. We are at most shows, walking around Artist Alley. People email us submissions all the time. I will make sure that you get Peter's card and my card so that you actually have someone that will reply. And anything you want to send over, please send over.
And I'll tell you now, talk to Peter because he won't reply. So.
And if you are an aspiring artist and you want to get noticed in the industry, of course, make sure to have a body of work. Work on that body of work constantly, consistently, and have an online presence. It's usually the quickest and easiest way for people to see your work is to post it online, and of course, to exhibit and have a portfolio and have that portfolio be reviewed. It has a variety of different styles and sequential as well.
So Sal, you forgot, we're not supposed to be helpful.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, pull your underwear over your head like Cornholio.
When are any or all of these books coming?
Oh, that's a good question. When or if are any of these books ever coming out?
That's
I'd like to know that too.
Who would like to ask this question?
All Bad Idea comics will be coming to you when they're ready.
Peter, what do you think?
If you don't have it, it's because it's not ready yet.
You missed the entire panel when we talked about how half these books are done.
Exactly. They're done, but they're not ready.
Peter?
So we'll get there when we get there, kind of thing.
No, we're not doing that. We're not assholes. No, as we said earlier, the marketplace is not great right now. We're very, very fond of the books. We're very proud of them. We want to give them the best platform they can. It seems to be coming back. I promise you, we are more eager for these books to be out of your hands than you guys are to read them. We're very excited about them. Thank you, Peter. So our hope is later this year, maybe the summer, maybe right after summer, we'll be able to do a big slate, huge marketing campaign, and get all these books out.
We're chomping at the bit here.
Is there an idea that you have just said no to? Is there an idea that's too bad for Bad Idea?
Okay, the question is there an idea so bad it's too bad for Bad Idea?
I pitched some of those.
100%, each one of us has a different idea.
Oh,
It's
sure.
horrible.
Yeah.
What do you got?
I don't see, some of these we might actually end up using, so I don't know that I want to give anything away.
What idea do you think is so bad we're going to use it with? What do you got in your head?
I mean, the convention booth that sold nothing but Nighthawk #1, that was one of my favorites. Darkhawk #1. Nighthawk #1 was a good
We legitimately were going to go to San Diego Comic Con and set up a booth that just had hundreds of copies of Darkhawk 1. And that's all we sold was just Darkhawk 1.
I kind of love that idea. Damn.
I know. Yeah.
Peter?
What's
the dumbest idea that we've had?
A booth where you give out a book that says this is not that book.
We did that one.
Oh.
We did that
I thought of that one.
Who thought of that one? I think you did.
You know what a bad idea would be? Make an invisible comic.
No, that one worked. That one.
Right? Invisible comic?
Or world's smallest comic?
We did that. We did the Easter egg thing. The idea that I love that we haven't been able to crack is we've literally hired an engineer to work on a kind of like a CBC or CBCS case where a comic can sit inside and it's like this vinegar or some kind of solution inside and there's a cryptics and you've got to solve the cryptics to get the book out to read it. If you don't, you watch as the book disintegrates.
Sounds like a big part.
Yeah, it's kind of like
Bit of banks.
One question about, you guys had said no digital.
Yes.
And, you know, so when I signed up for the Megalith Kickstarter, I started getting notifications for digital, like Ultimate Digital something or other. So I'm curious what you guys meant by that.
That's a great question. What do you mean? The question was, we said no digital, which, look, let's be honest here, guys. We took all these things that publishers are meant to do. Oh, sorry. Let's be honest. We took all these things that every publisher comes out and says they're going to do, and we said we're not going to do them, just so people talk about it, and then slowly we can break all these rules, and then you guys get excited or angry at us, and then spend more money. So, of course, we're going to do hardcovers and trades. No digital. We haven't done digital yet, with rare exception, but we did. Gentleman said we did a digital ultimate megalith tier. What was that? Do you remember that?
Well, we did a Kickstarter campaign called Save Digital Comics, where we innovated our own digital format, the Pro Edition, the Bad Idea Pro Edition. And we did offer Megalith as a Pro Edition of it. It is digital, as you haven't seen it before. It's, all of the art that usually gets trimmed out. It's colors, optimized for digital, millions of colors as opposed to the limited gamut of print, and all the extended extras. In the end has deleted scenes, alternate endings, and just everything you can possibly get into a digital edition is part of the Pro Edition.
Yeah, the impetus was this, is we, in publishing, get to see a version of the comic book that no one else gets to see, and it's a much better version.
For instance, David Lapham, he's a genius, but he's also a crazy artist. he will just randomly draw a panel 3 times wider than every other panel on the page. So you can't print that, you can't shrink it down, it's not tall enough. So we have to go, and then we have to trim 2/3 of the panel off. It's crazy, it's such a waste. So the digital version allows us to show all that, as well as all the process material, as well as people saying all these extra colors. It's much more vibrant, the color is, than the artist's true vision. We did an entire series, that's right, I forgot about this entire series of digital offerings of Bad Idea books. The reason I forgot is because it seemed like you guys didn't really care. Nobody really supported it, so we haven't gone back to it, but if there's a desire to do more of that, we will do more of that.
Also, I think it's important to say that when we started with single issues, the whole point was to make sure that everything we put out was special. Everything was the best opportunity of it. Like it was everything you could put into it. So our books are made from the really high print quality because we want to make sure that each and every one of them, when you held it, it felt special. We didn't want to do collections in digital because at the time they weren't special, right? They did not feel like anything special. They just felt like something that was being churned out. Like to this day, most trade paperbacks just feel like something that was created for a mass market. If you've held the hardcover, the one hardcover we've done, you can see that we made that feel special. So we wanted to make sure that digital felt special when we did it. And so everything that we have done will continue to do that way.
My name is Peter Stepper.